I'm so proud to invite you forward all the way from Uganda to speak to us. Thank you, Lawrence.
Thank you so much for having me give this discussion. I want to appreciate Robin, because if she's not the one now living here, I also appreciate Chilliwack Rotary for giving me an opportunity to come down here and share my experiences, but also learn from you. My coming here has two things. One, I want to see people from Uganda sharing thoughts and knowledge, because when I learn something from here, I will take it back home. The good practices to use our place. I think some of you know that Uganda is exploring oil and gas, and there are a number of campaigns. A number of things are going to be talked about in the presentation. I just wanted to give you that background to think about it, that Uganda is a poor country, is exploring oil, expecting that they will get rich. At a certain point, we who feel, or who have love for nature, feel that there are a lot of vision, a lot of things that should be put in place to protect the environment for purposes of people who live in Uganda. Because they depend on agriculture. If nature changes, they will suffer. Let me begin from there. This is just an outline with identified in 8 districts in the Albertan region. Those are the districts. Then our thematic areas. We are looking at positioning, or our interventions are looking at community level in Bunyoro, work at the grassroots, and also look at the environment conservation, education, focusing on natural resources and restoration. We do human capacity building and development in relation to moral ethics. We also look at advocacy on democracy and human rights, targeting the young people and women. We also have innovations that, because we do a lot of work, that at a certain point we feel that we have to create spaces where even if we're not there, people can do things on their own. So what we do create self-help projects under the Democracy and Village Initiative, which are aimed at empowering communities to become self-driven and self-sustaining. We also look at sharing information as key and networking with both national, regional, and international organizations, and that's why I'm here to make connections. You can find information contribution about us on .mecourt.org. Next page. Uganda's climate change experience. Uganda loses 2.6% of its forests cover annually. In 2022, it's estimated that Uganda had 11.45% of tree cover of its land area, according to World Bank data. Equally, in 2022, Uganda lost 64.1 hectare of tree cover, equivalent to 33.3 metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions. And this lost cover contributes a lot to effects of climate change in the country and the globe wide at large. All this has been aggregated by activities such as uncontrolled bushfire, charcoal burning, harvest trees for fuel wood, clearing land for agriculture, among others. Before we go up, you can see it may be agriculture that people want to do agriculture. They burn, cut trees down, they make it flat and then plant. They farm, they do farming. But still, it can be done by developments that are coming up, especially in the Midwestern region where there is oil. I hope you know that Uganda is having the long pipeline which is going from Masini and from Hoima district and goes to Tanga in Tanzania, around 1,200 kilometers. But imagine how many trees, how many natural resources are we going to lose, how many people are going to be shifted, how many animals, a lot of things are going to be lost. When it comes to this picture in Uganda, almost 85 or 95, something like that, I'm forgetting, percent are using biomass. They cook using the three stones. Imagine how many trees are cut in a year, in reference to what I presented first. Because we lose a lot of forests, because every household, they use the three stone the cooking style. So, next, we try to see that we help to look for alternatives. In the districts of Kasese, Male and Kunjiri, heavy rain triggered flooding and landslides on 24th of April 2023. Homes were destroyed and thousands of people were left homeless and helpless. It was reported that one person died and 3 went missing in vain. You can get that information on that link. Deadly storm destroys properties in eastern and western Uganda. Next. Climate change effects continues to cause scarcity of water in Uganda and around the world. This is due to extreme temperatures that are uncontrollable. Recently, I don't know whether you heard about it, our neighboring countries, that is Southern Sudan, people faced serious heat that went up to 47 centigrade. You see, that is too much. I don't think that you can even move out. Schools were closed, and people were not allowed to move outside. This is here the table. Climate change's effects on water, catchments, areas continue to cause rise of water harvesting systems, thus making it for communities to have access to clean water at all times. That young boy is going to look for water. This is water scarcity, water collection from a dry, a dark out well in locales, Amdati, and that's the northern region of Uganda. You can still get the link if you put in that information. Continue. Next. This is in Cambodia. Animals die because of no water. Children can't go to school because they are supposed to take care of the house. It is terrible and it continues because people have failed to understand that they have to do something. And what is interesting is that people, maybe they don't know that there is climate change. Climate change may be known by people who live in town. They can listen to radio, they can access newspapers, they can be able to see TV, that they are able to get this information. Places where there are civil society organizations, NGOs, and the Rotary, there are people who have that opportunity to be told about or being educated about what is happening. Because people just ask themselves, why is it that nature is changing? We don't have water. Sometimes it is too much rain. Sometimes it is too hot. They don't know why. So there should be someone to help them understand, but also help them to be doing something to adopt the situation. Next page. These are impacts, effects of climate change across the globe. I think across the globe, according to the person who was making the presentation here, was trying to talk to all these almost. Loss of food due to floods and too much sunshine. Because people plant when there is rain, but this time things have changed. It rains, people plant, and then it rains again, everywhere, and all crops are destroyed. At the end of the day, they can't harvest. The question is, these guys, they depend on nature. What is their future? What is their fate? Now we need to do something for them to adopt and look for ways to mitigate. Pests and diseases, outbreaks such as armyworms. I can give an example. When you plant maize, it goes to this stage, and then armyworms come and destroy them. But in our preach, as we educate people about environment, we tell them, please stop using herbicides, spraying, because it is harmful. It destroys the soil. It is not good when you spray. It is not good because at a certain point you are going to eat the same food So now the question comes back, what is it that we can do? So we need, that's why I moved here, to look for technologies that can maybe help us. Scientists who have knowledge about how to go about all this. How do you do things here? That's what I'm looking for. And I want to go home and share this experience and maybe see things change in Uganda or maybe in East Africa. Poverty and loss of lives due to weather extremes. If you don't have food, pests are destroying your plantations, then obviously poverty comes. Migration of both humans and animals to places of convenience, increased government expenditures to cater for this disaster and the affected people, wildfire outbreaks as a result of dry vegetation, flooding of water bodies such as rivers and lakes. Next. What has the government done? The government of Uganda makes laws, and Article 39 of the Ugandan Constitution 1995 says that everyone has a right to a clean and healthy environment. Uganda is a signatory to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, also ratifies to Kyoto Protocol. I want to inform you that MICOT, the Middle Eastern Region Center for Democracy and Human Rights, is an observer of the UN, and we attend different conferences trying to learn on how, if time allows, I will show you a small video on biodiversity and why we go into UN. Because, politicians at many times they want to speak what is favoring them. But for us, we are looking at facts and help people understand that they should be doing something. Because politicians come out and say, yeah, if you want that land, I will give it to you. They are giving out for businesses, for development. That's why wetlands are given out. And they put buildings, and they forget that wetlands are good for the nature to cool down that heat. But they don't say the rightful information. We do engage as a civil society organization. I'm the chairperson of the coalition in that region. We have more than 30 NGOs come together to advocate for the environment. Because the region where there is oil and gas, there are a lot of challenges. Because we want to protect the environment after maybe 20 to 30 years, what will happen to the environment after digging down whatever they want? They dig oil, gas, after that development, what will the nature look like? So now our advocacy is on, please, we need restoration. Please, you need to give us measures that after restoration, after your oil, you restore back to normal nature for protection. environment. Next. All these are policies. We have the National Climate Change Policy. We have the National Disaster Preparedness Policy, the National Oil and Gas Policy, the National Adaptation Programs of Action, NAPA. Then we have the Renewable Energy Policy, National Health Policy, Water Policy, National Forest Policy, National Environment Management Policy, extra and extra. I think because we have all these policies, we would be better off to manage, to control, to do what, but do they do it? Who's the role? The question is, the citizens knows that these policies are there, or those developers, companies, do they know that these policies are there? Are they followed, or they don't care? So that's why we come up and say we need to make people know that there are policies which the government doesn't want to come out and let people know. So for us, we are just contributing or supporting the government is to educate, because it wouldn't be our role, would be government's role to make sure that everyone understands and knows about these policies in place, which is not the case. And that's why civil societies are there to support, to help. Next. I've talked about those challenges. I've talked about what the country is going through. But what is it that we do as we go or in the Western Region Center for Democracy and Human Rights? We do community awareness and trainings. This picture portrays what we do in communities, and also before any project we do what we call PRA, that is participatory appraisal, where we bring the community to find out what are the challenges, and we agree. They prioritize, and then we come up with projects that can support them. That one is a nursery tree seedlings that we established to distribute seedlings in the communities adjacent to forests in Uganda. And that one was during 2018, 2020, we managed to conduct 78 community awareness sessions on climate change and establish one nursery bed. That tree nursery bed. Next. Tree seedlings distributions to communities. We do a lot of recording. You can see someone is writing. This is a vehicle transporting trees and household level for community woodlands. The same project, we distributed more than 105,054 tree seedlings to 150 households. We restored 400 hectares of degraded land with 444,000 trees in a Dongo Forest Conservation Forest Reserve. and also planted 14 hectares of community woodlands in the communities adjacent to the Dongo forest. The other, that one, that is the community restoring in the forest, because we know that these communities are the ones who are always there. We can't be there all the time, so we support them, plant trees in these forests so that they are able to manage the situation. We do distribute clean energy saving cook stoves, and these ones, they don't use firewood, they use waste. They do waste and make out of them, they make I forget the name, but it's like making charcoal, but they mix the waste with soil, and then they dry them, and then we put them into these cook stoves, and then light. You can cook very well, and we want to do more, and listen, that is community volunteers distributing them to different communities. Over 4,200 clean energy saving cook stoves are distributed to 4,015 households. Now we want to change, because we can't continue giving them out. Now we want to do sustainability, to go into sustainability part of it, that we make Lorena. Anyone knows about Lorena cook stoves? They are done in rural communities, so we're now to help them to construct them so that they are able to not to buy again. It is sustainable than buying one. These ones can be spoiled, but the Lorenas can't. They remain good for their promotion of clean, renewable energy sources. You see grass thatched houses. People use paraffin to light their houses. But you know how the smoke goes into, young people used to read using them. They use a lot of energy to see what they are reading. But also it's not healthy. So what do? We try as much as possible to make sure that we look for alternatives of solar systems that can help them maybe to light their houses. These young people are able to study. We distributed 988 solar panels to 850 households. Next. You know, these communities, once you want a community to change, you need to come up with alternatives. These communities were depending on forest. They cut trees, they make charcoals, a lot of destroying the forests and nature. Then we come up with alternatives. But through PRA, they choose projects that can be good for them. So these are trainings that we give to these communities, and that is a beekeeping project which we train communities so that they take it on. And the other side, they were installing beehives in the forest, because we negotiate with National Forest Authority to allow them to go into adjacent of the forest. So they put these projects. They are able to protect the forest while working on their own project, and it is good because it does both. So 209 households trained in apiary and beekeeping as a way of promoting environmentally friendly income generating activities. Next. Yes, we have a long journey to go as we go. We need to be doing something, and we need to talk to people. We need to speak to them. We need to support them. And for us, we don't care. Even if we talk to 3 people and one picks the point, we know that that one who picks the point will continue to talk to others. So, internally, we are looking at championing pertinent issues on climate change mitigation and adaptive measures to communities. Engage local and national government to integrate climate change mitigation strategies into all development plans, programs, to economically empower community-based groups and households to mitigate environment degradation. We have a strategic plan of the 5 years, which looks at helping these communities to reduce on the how many trees are cut, but also how best we can collaborate with different partners with potential at international level and regional level. In other countries, like in Kenya, we go there to look for like-minded organizations so that we are able to get knowledge. And if I'm not mistaken, I was supposed to have a team here to have a feel of what it means, get the technology or what, and then take back this information. When we go back, we sit and agree on what to take on and what not to take on. We do this a lot in Nairobi, Kenya, and even in May we have already planned to go for a meeting in Nairobi under UN. Then we have with different organizations to engage each other on expertization so that we are having them to travel to Uganda as an exchange. And we are looking at having young people coming to Uganda, practice the best practices in Uganda maybe 1 month, and then Ugandans go to Kenya, do the same, just to get that experience so that they are able to go back and do the same. And with support from different partners, we intend to restore 15 degraded wetlands and restore 40,000 hectares of degraded forests and improve lives of 2.8 million people, estimated to cost $1 million. Implement a climate change mitigation volunteer exchange program with international and regional partners. By doing this, it's not all about travel. It is about getting knowledge, exchanging experience. Today, I'm speaking. Tomorrow, I may not be the one to come. Maybe my program officer may come to speak and share his experiences. Why are we doing all this? We are looking, first we are grown up. We are looking at these young people. We are looking at our own children. For us, we have enjoyed maybe the nature. How about my children? Will they be able to enjoy it? What about my grandchildren? Will they face the heat? Will they face the challenges that we are now seeing that are coming? I want to tell you, climate change is real. If you have an opportunity to talk to someone about climate change, do it. You never know. That person will be the one to take all the information to others. And talking is not enough. We need to be doing something, action-oriented something. And I know it's a big journey. I can't be firm to speak on experiences, what people go through because of climate change. I can spend the whole day. And I want to stop here. Thank you so much.
If you have a question, anyone has a question you'd like to ask?
Got one here.
One here, thank you.
I was actually wondering, like, when you were talking about, like, reading all those policies that are already in place that just get ignored, what's the process of trying to get those actually acknowledged and implemented without the companies just ignoring them further? What would have to happen?
Yeah, these policies are in place. You know, in Uganda, policies are made by parliament. They pretend that they come back and talk to people, to take people's views so that they are able to generate policies. But at times, it is a lie, because if people participate in coming up with these policies, there will be known that such a policy is in existence and is saying ABCD. I can give you an example, the NGO policy in Uganda, where there are a lot of limitations. I don't know if you have heard that some of the NGOs are closed down. As an NGO in Uganda, you have to report to almost 4 different spaces and government spaces or government departments. There is NGO Bureau, where I take the returns or reports every year. We do returns in the URSP, that is Uganda Registrar of Business and Company. We do returns, we report to them. We do report to DP, or that is data protection. We do report to them. We do report to Financial Intelligence Authority. But it is all government entities. I work in 8 districts of Uganda. Each district has a district monitoring committee where I'm supposed to report every month, every quarter, every 3 months. I'm supposed to report, to make reports. Imagine, do I concentrate on my work, or I just need to be reporting this office, the other office? It's not so easy. Those are not good policies for us. Let me say, if I'm concentrating on work, why should I report to many when it is one government and a different department? I would have reported in one place. What I'm trying to say is that, yes, policies are in existence, but they're not followed. Why? There are a lot of corruption. a lot of corruption. I don't know whether you experience any corruption around, but corruption has destroyed a lot of services in Uganda.
Thank you, Lawrence, very much for coming to speak to us. I have a question around partnerships with international NGOs. Who are some of the international NGOs working in Uganda on these issues? And do you have a partnership relationship with them?
Thank you so much. We work with the Worldwide Fund for Nature, WWF. I don't know whether it is here in Ghana. And we have been working on a number of projects. One of them is the Young Environment Training, where we support these young people to learn about nature so that they are able to take it on. They go into our organizations, we give them support. Those young people are from university, too fresh, but they would like to do something related to environment, to support them. The Clean Energy Project, funded by WWF. The Restoration Project on biodiversity is funded by USAID through Uganda Biodiversity Fund, and they really support us and we work in partnership with them. Though these projects are time bound, that 1 year, 2 years, others 6 months. Yeah, but we are flexible because we need to do this something at the grassroots. That's why I say that when it comes to speak, I take a lot of time speaking and I love it. It is in me. There is interesting projects that we are trying to do. They are not funded, but they are local initiatives. We initiate them, feel that they can also help in mitigating and adapt the climate change. You know, when you go to communities talking to people, also talk about environment, people take time to pick it up. Now we have changed. We are going to schools. We talk to the young people, help them understand. We take lessons, those small lessons, to help them love nature, love planting trees. Now what we do, we give them opportunities to begin nursery beds. We show them how to do it. Again, we support them in terms of them understand that nature is key because it's where food comes from, everything. But when trees grow at a certain level for planting, we go again to schools. We buy these trees. We look for those young people who participate in the tree nursery bed, and then we say, we are buying you 10 trees to take home. These young people take these trees home for planting. You know, children, when you're talking to their parents, there is a way they pick. They say, oh, they speak with love, and then maybe they can attach something that you see that on my birthday, I need this, I need to plant a tree. Those kind of attachments is what we are trying to help them understand and take them on. We give them fruit trees, like mango, orange, and the jackfruit. I don't know whether you know jackfruit. They take them home, they plant them. We send our volunteers to make fodder on them. What is interesting, now we have recorded a number of parents coming up. They need also to plant more trees. I think because of these young people going home, speak to them, they pick interest. It's very interesting. But at first it was so hard. They take time to take decisions. Yeah. Thank you.
David, your easy marks come out. Well, aren't we just all delighted that you made the journey? And I think a journey that started in your heart some time ago and in your mind to share your knowledge with us and your experiences. How, all the way through your time when you were talking about the crisis parks in Uganda, I was nodding my head and thinking, us too. We have this, we have this. And I really enjoyed the hopeful things you shared of what you're doing. The Rotary Club of Chilliwack is delighted that you joined us. And we hope that in the future we continue our partnership. We are in the very infancy time of looking at an international grant from the Rotary Club of Chilliwack, Rotary International, and my club, and the Rotary Club here. So that's pretty exciting. We'll see how that, you can all cheer us if it gets through. So on behalf of the Rotary Club of Chilliwack, I'd like to offer you a gift made by Dick Clegg, handmade of restored wood here in our own area. Thank you.